Hi, Dave Moskowitz from Waikiki here. Today I'm doing a story on Dive Oahu's sign violation. There is a special Waikiki Special District sign ordinance that encompasses the whole area from the Aloi Canal to Kapahulu to the Aloi at the end to the edge of the beach here. And it's under Revised Ordinances Honolulu, Chapter 21, Article 7, if you want to look it up online. Waikiki Special District Guidelines. What it basically says is these signs, the logo up above it, have to be a certain size. Now, if you swing over, Mr. Cameraman, to the Billabong sign on the other side, you'll see Billabong there. You can have a sign in right angles of those signs. So basically, they can have one sign like that. It may be slightly over. It has to do with this particular formula. Well, they can have one on the other side, right? But they now have four. So they have 3 tents. 4 tents with canopies with these signs. You can have one menu board, which is this sandwich sign here, also known as a portable menu board. Some places, like the one down on the left, have 2. Basically, it's a blight on the beach at Waikiki. This is the largest sign ordinance violation I've seen in my 20 years of discussing sign ordinance violations in Waikiki. With the addition of all the illegal signage on all the umbrellas, you can see up and down the beach. They have like 1, 2, 3, or 4 or 5 signs on each umbrella. One umbrella, you can have what's called diminutive signs for your business. So basically, this is one business with one contract. So this would be the only sign on any canopy that they could have. They really can't have another sign on the other 3 canopies. That would be illegal. You can't see it, but if you can see up above, it'll flap up here. There's a name that says diveoahu.com. Now, there's a peddling ordinance in Waikiki, and you're not supposed to be selling something outside the realm of what they do. There's no diving in Waikiki. What they do is they are promoting their outside business. Has nothing to do with beach concessions. Their name has nothing to do with beach concessions. They also have signs that call themselves the local's choice. It wasn't the local's choice. It was the city's choice. And that's a big issue with a lot of people in Hawaii. At least they're just people who work here trying to make a living. However, there's a lot of other issues, and I'm leaving that for the city and county to take to court on the 6th of July. Anyway, we'll just walk over here and look at all the beach umbrellas and show you how ugly it is up and down the beach. So what you can see is these umbrellas they're presetting these umbrellas up and down the beach. It is illegal to put out an umbrella in a Chase Lounge until you've rented it. If you come here at 7:38 in the morning, I have lots of pictures. They're putting these things like over there, you'll see one here. It's been preset, no one is using it. It's illegal to do that. Well, the city has done, we filed complaints to the city for 2 weeks now. Charlene Wright from Enterprise Service has been out here. She's done nothing. The city is in bed with this guy for whatever reason that does these. If you swing around here, you can see, walk over here, we can see their .com name, Alex. On the left there.
Actually on the umbrella.
Right there, yeah.
It's already on the umbrella.
And it goes, if you look down the beach, and pretty much everybody in the beach, I know these guys are all presetting Chase Lounges and beach umbrellas. They also have another tent down there, concession down there, and one further down past the lifeguard. Right? So all this is basically, the umbrellas are okay themselves in the Chase Lounges. You can't preset them. They have too much advertising. There's probably 100 sign violations with all these umbrellas out here today that goes up and down the beach. And they're taking up the prime real estate of the beach, prime beach real estate. So if you come here and you want to be able to lay on the beach, generally you have to have one of these spots, and you can see they take up the area just above the water, the high tide line. So otherwise, you have to be like the rest of these people. You can see them who all have to stand behind where people pay for these preset umbrellas and Chase Lounges. These are the people who don't want to pay. These are the people who are taking advantage of the preset beach umbrellas and Chase Lounges and the extra fee. So that's the problems. We have a lot of problems that are going to be discussed shortly, and that's my news story for the day.
This is the 1928 agreement that Dave is going to be referring to in this video, that says that there should be no obstructions on the beach for 75 feet from the high water mark. Agreement made as of the 19th day of October 1928 by and between the Territory of Hawaii, party of the first part, and the undersigned, other than said territory, parties of the second part. Witnessed, whereas Act 273 of the Session Laws of Hawaii 1927 authorized the building of a beach at Waikiki, Oahu, whereby the general public shall be assured of the right to use such portion of any beach built as lies within 75 feet shoreward of the mean high water mark, that it will not erect or place upon the beach any building, wharf, structure, machine, or other obstruction of any kind. Upon completion of the work, it will remove all such obstructions except such retaining walls, groins, and other structures as may be necessary for the preservation of that part of the beach as may be deemed practicable. And in case the project shall have been a success, will forever thereafter keep the beach free and clear of obstructions and open for the use of the public as a bathing beach and for passing over and along the same on foot. That they will not erect or place on any part of such beach so to be constructed as aforesaid within 75 feet of mean high water mark of such beach as it may exist from time to time, any building, fence, wall, or other structure or obstruction of any kind, unless such mean high water mark shall be more than 75 feet from the present line of mean high water mark as shown by the shoreward boundary of the area described in said Exhibit A, and in any case will not erect or place on such beach any such structure or obstruction other than portable fences and or hedges for the purpose of marking the boundaries of the respective abutting properties, and such structures as shall be removable in nature.
Okay. At least this is sort of like rerunning this thing. Hi, Dave Moskowitz here. I'm here today discussing the 1928 Waikiki Beach Replacement Agreement, which was written when this was a territory between the territory and the property owners, namely the hotels primarily. There was some private property. There were actually homes on this beach at one time. This concession behind us you see is, I don't know how it functions and how it's using the beach. I don't know if it has a contract with the city or this hotel, but in fact, the agreement, and I have all the documents available on the email that you will receive for this video, says that all along the beach, from the Hilton to Kamaina Beach, 75 feet back, shoreward from the high water line, there can be no commercial concession stands. It's about obstruction of the beach. So these guys here who own all these umbrellas you see behind you, and on the other side, are utilizing the beach for their commercial purposes, and often what they call pre-setting, or putting out the umbrellas in the chase lounges before they rent them, which is illegal. Pre-setting is illegal under the terms of the agreement, and the Department of Land and Natural Resources under state land, and the city and county of Honolulu. So you'll see there's a tour thing. It's sitting on the steps over there, the hotel, and some signage. All that is illegal, and the city does nothing about it. Actually, there was we'll talk later about the sign violations at Daivala'u. Meanwhile, we're going to just continue along the beach here. We're going to be walking all the way down to the far end of the beach where the Daivala'u concessions are, but we're going to be showing what's illegal now. If you see the water lapping at the ramp there, the high water mark is probably up where it just drops off. So it's 75 feet is somewhere back here. Yeah, so we'll walk that way. This is walk.
Andiamo a prendere i panini?
high water mark is somewhere about right here. So 75 feet back actually goes into that building, but the building's not going anywhere. But the concession is temporary and must be moved. And there's storage, you can't store anything on the beach, right? You have to rent somewhere else and bring it. They have to be somewhere inside the hotel to be a legal operation, including the timeshare. If people buying timeshare there, that's illegal. So we'll move along. This probably was a ramp at one time. You see how they're taking up more prime usage for areas. Now, if you're just a working Joe, you got to go way down there, or you got to go behind these umbrellas and beach chairs. You have to pay like probably for 4 hours $50 to use two beach chairs and an umbrella every 4 hours. So you have to spend some money to come here and use the beach, which is wrong. Stop. 1928 Waikiki Reclamation Agreement. Here's a concession that sells sunglasses. I mean, one could argue that there are things you need on the beach, but for some reason, this could well be hotel property. Nevertheless, this operation can't be here under the reclamation agreement between the territory and the state. They are renting out, I guess, water balloons. You got some stuff, but basically all this, and the storage of the surfboards is illegal. Now you'll see over here, this is where the poor folks sit. All the good part of the beach is they get the water lapping on their feet. So what he set the umbrella for is not working for an umbrella in the Chase Lounge. Just walk along the way through them. 1960. And I used to walk along this beach as a 10-year-old boy. And if you pan down to the ground here, you'll see what was the original wall that you walk along, like the one you walked along there, that was there. And you continue along here, you're lucky to make it back. All of this was built later when the Sheraton Keohai came in and built the Sheraton. I forgot what was here, but that entire structure there is all new. They built that illegally. It's an illegal obstruction on the beach under the 1928 Waikiki Beach Reclamation Agreement. But it's there, and until it collapses, it's not going to go anywhere. But when it collapses, really, actually, it can't be replaced under the agreement. I'm not going to get into the minutia of the law of plat maps, the law, but basically it was constructed illegally. It's an illegal, and it's there, but it's not going to live for long. But that's the original walkway. Okay, we're done with this. These are preset Chase Lounges here, run by the concession, which will show, which will operate off the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. Now, the whole width of this beach, how far back do you think 75 feet is? Probably from here all the way back from the wall. It's easily within 75 feet. That's not in. I think pretty much along here, straight down. But I don't see umbrellas on the left in front of the Royal at the end are legal. If you remember that map, that's probably legal. All this stuff is illegal. The main part of this issue, back to the 1928 Waikiki Beach Reclamation Agreement. If you pan to the left, you'll see it's like a food concession. And look over further to the left, you'll see the water line. 75 feet back, it's probably somewhere right in here, directly where that second post is. So this was built, illegally. It's not going to be torn down, but basically the concession itself, half of it is an illegal operation. What I think should happen is that concession should be moved out to the pavilion because it's illegal and become a community center that's used on appointment only for local residents, run perhaps by the Waikiki Business Improvement District Association, the Waikiki Improvement Association, the Waikiki Community Center, and other interested parties for hula lessons, ukulele, cultural stories, an information center. Wouldn't have a place, so it wouldn't be a place where people could go and sit and hang out like the homeless do on the chairs. So swing around here to the right, and we're going to talk about Diver Walk. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I filed complaints about all the illegal signage. The city has, everyone in this town, there's a Waikiki Special District Design Guideline. Everybody from Kapahulu to Aloi Canal, as you go over the bridge of Ala back to the Aloi Canal on the Mauka side of this property, abides by these rules. And these rules say basically you can have one sign, which is like where you can find a sign somewhere, like the Volcom sign over there. See the Volcom sign? That's the one sign you can have for a business, and it's based on how much square footage you have as a face. So these 4 booths have signs all over them. Now the signs on the DiveOahu.com is nothing to do with the beach concession, and is actually peddling an outside business. And actually the signs just all have to be removed. If you look over here, let's walk back this way. Because I complained, the guy didn't listen to signs. He came along and added more words to it. He's got 1, 2, 3, 5 signs on each umbrella. Times, I'd say 70 umbrellas, that's 130 signs. You get a little minutia space of 24 by 36, so maybe 4 of those, 1 umbrella or 2 umbrellas is legal if you spread them out on all the umbrellas. But he added the word surf. He spray painted it on after I complained on TV, on KITV last Friday. But they're all still illegal, and the city does nothing. So the mayor is kind of, I don't know why he's not doing anything, but everybody else who has to pay the notice of violations and they get the notice of orders and abide by the guidelines, play by the rules, these guys who are a city contract don't do anything and get away with it, right? How is that? How is it they get away with doing nothing? Why isn't the mayor stepping up and act like a responsible person to the laws of the city and county of Honolulu? So let's walk along some more.
When?
Okay, so, I don't want to put all these people out of business. The idea of the 1928 agreement was to free the beach of obstructions and commercial operations. The things I showed you, that is the concession stands and the pre-placement of umbrellas in Chase lounges, the guy selling the coconut hats, the guy selling the bodyboards, all that is illegal, and there's no enforcement anywhere. Well, all the commercial concessions should move over to these things. You see there's a food outlet here. This should actually be moved down to the larger one and shared with the concession over there. So we have these pavilions, as they're known, are occupied at night by drug dealers and homeless and crazy people screaming at people, and they're totally not usable when this is closed to any normal individual. But when this closes, its complexion and the people who utilize it totally changes. This should be that concession over there, you see way off in the distance, and that concession combined into one concession here, right? And they can store their things around the back, and maybe they can share with this food concession. So you have food and a beach concession. The concession down there is just basically illegal and can't function. It has to be way back. I think it would be okay if it were back up against the wall, perhaps, of the beach, like on the walkway. They could put it on the walkway, but on the flagstone, but it can't be on the beach. So let's just walk and look at this last one, and we'll be done with this subject. There's actually, I want to be really close to you. Keep walking with me. There's actually, three more pavilions. This pavilion down here is really super large and could have another food concession and another concession for the beach services. These are the primary, there's another 2 past that. They could all have beach concession services. They're talking about tearing them down, wasting the time. They could secure them at night. People wouldn't be able to hang out at them, deal drugs, fight. There's actually a law where this beach closes. And so all the way down, it should be shared with food, beach concession, food, beach concession. It all has to come up off the beach and to these pavilions. It's a win-win. It fixes all the problems. It fixes the pavilion problems. It fixes the obstruction. It gets and there has to be some enforcement. The money that they pay, some of it needs to go to an enforcement team that comes along daily, all day long, one officer who is assigned to enforcing that people like those guys selling the t-shirts and the hats and all the illegal operations down there by the Waikiki shore, those guys with the timeshare booth, all that has to be said. You got to go, we're going to cite you. Some officer of the law needs to be assigned. We need to pay for that. So they just need to raise the rates, and they need to have more operations to pay for it. That's all. That fixes the problem. The mayor needs to step up and enforce the laws. He's not enforcing the laws. Everyone else, if you're out there and you've got a notice of violation present, you might call them back and let them know and come down here and say, when you go, all these signs are illegal. You can go to the Waikiki Special District Waikiki Special Design Guidelines. It's on the internet. It'll show you the maps, it'll show you the laws. It's a revised ordinance of the city and county of Honolulu, and the mayor is totally ignoring his own ordinances in favor of this concession. Hi, Dave Moskowitz here. We're here today measuring the beach for the 1928 Waikiki Beach Reclamation Agreement, which allows 75 feet from the high water mark towards the mountains of where any commercial concessions cannot be. So we've chosen, this is low, it's 10:20 in the morning on Sunday. What day is it today?
The 15th.
The 15th of July. So here is low tide, that's where the water's coming to. So we're going to be fair and say that this area here, you might show Diamond Head Estuary, and show where I'm standing. And there cannot be anything between where I am and where the guy in the yellow shirt is. So we're going to go up and down the beach, and we're going to do a series of what's legal and what's not along the beach, according to this agreement of the 1928 Waikiki Beach Police. All right, so we're going to walk forward.
So this is 75 feet.
So basically, let's stop talking. Basically, this sign would be illegal, and that surfboard rack would be illegal under the agreement with these cities. Okay, we'll move down the street. Thanks. Okay, so this rope is 75 feet long. So here is, you show the concession on the right and the surfboard, and where the guy in the yellow is where nothing's supposed to be. So all of the surfboards and the concession are illegally placed on the beach in this location, and the menu board. Okay. Watch where you're walking. So, about right here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so here we are by the main concession. That's the main concession. Over the secondary concession for Dive Oahu is over there. So where he is where it is not, between here and the yellow guy is where you shouldn't have any of this. Okay, so we're going to walk forward to see where that is. Hello. Oh, okay. Politics. Politics.
Right there.
So basically, this is the 75 setback area. So basically, the surfboards, the concession stand are all illegally placed. Now, the storage of those Chase Lounge is illegal. Somewhat, they have to move back 5 feet. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are at the third Dive Oahu concession, which is over there behind the umbrellas. You can see it. The guy in the yellow is probably, what, 20 feet behind it. So all that stand, all those surfboard storage is illegal under the agreement, okay? Let's show Diamond Head and okay, we're down here.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the 70, you see land, here's the high water mark, just keep going back. So there's the 75-foot mark, so obviously on property is their property. So all these concessions here on the right, let's see the sunglass concession on the right, and the beach sign, the menu board, and the other sign, and over there, there's a vacation club sales place. Of course, we're going to get the plat map. So we're going to see what's legal and what's illegal. So we'll let you know once we get the plat map. But I think basically, and you might notice these things there that are preset. So just put their stuff there. It's not. It doesn't belong to anyone because there's sand on them. But if they were being rented, they would be clean. So they're presetting here. Oh, and they're presetting over there. Look to the right. Presetting over there.